Last Supper. There are at least 20 in Florence, strokes of genius, all painted by men. But at the monastery of Santa Maria Novella, a surprise.
There she is.
Meet Nelli.
Nelli.
Yes.
The world's only Renaissance-era Last Supper painted by a woman, is that right?
That is right, that is right.
That's Plautilla Nelli, the greatest Renaissance artist you've never heard of. Her 26-foot-long Last Supper hidden in cellars for centuries.
Can you tell it was painted by a woman?
I believe you can. First of all, because there's food on the table. This table was made for eating. There's china. It's very maternal. They're touching each other.
Now restored back to its original glory by women. A group of Americans who've made it their goal to resurrect Florence's female artists, women living in convents who dared to go against the grain and pick up a brush.
They couldn't train to be an artist.
No.
And they couldn't study the human form either.
Right. Human form, male or female.
The group, the Foundation for Advancing Women Artists, so far has found more than 20 of Nelli's works, and other artists too.
She is a Florentine Violante Ferroni. She was a child prodigy, apparently. It's in precarious condition.
It seems like this is an all-woman, power team.
It's very exciting because I feel like we're not just shedding light on the painting by removing all the dirt and the varnish, but we're shedding light on this unknown, invisible artist.
Nelli's 16th century Last Supper was in such bad shape, it took 4 years to bring it back to life, revealing the picture and the artist's own story. A Dominican nun who entered the convent at 14, in time setting up an all-woman painting workshop.
Nelli was very, very famous in her time. If you were painting or if you were sculpting, it meant you were successful. It's that history hasn't remembered them.
Women who became nuns had the freedom to be creative. Sister Petra says then, as now, prayer and work flowed together.
I think she's an extraordinary woman. This was a way for the community to live, to earn money.
And to say something. Nelli's life experience shines through her Last Supper.
The tablecloth is folded perfectly. When nuns went into the convent, they would have dinnerware as their dowry. And so you see the china.
She would have studied the great male artists like Andrea del Sarto, known as the flawless painter.
If you compare it to Nelli's Last Supper, it's quite almost stark, a more spiritual rendition. Here they're going hungry, right?
No food.
No food. It's
no
a spiritual, no wine, exactly.
And no signature. This was a master's crowning achievement by a man already so famous, the work spoke for itself. But Nelli did want the world to know. In the corner, her name, and pray for the paintress. A message shouting down through the centuries.
The old masters never signed. You would only create a Last Supper when you were a master. We have a 16th century nun telling the world that she's a master.
A lot of ordinary Americans helped bring Nelli's Last Supper back to life. That restoration was partially paid for through crowdfunding, donations of $100 at a time.